Hey, welcome back, y'all. Stizzy here with Master Detective Archives Raincoat Plus, and we just ended, or just about to end, the investigation of the first site of the Nailman murders, the bar slash illegal casino, and we're going to end the investigation here and presumably go to the next two joints where he murdered some.
That should do it. There isn't much else to investigate. I've never experienced this before, but it's surprisingly convenient to be able to share my postcognition. It's exhausting to explain what I see to a client.
Really?
People do not believe what they cannot see. I have often been called a liar.
I suppose fortes aren't always convenient.
You're a liar.
We still have locked room mysteries to examine. The second incident was at the mansion near Ginma District. I have an idea of where to go. Let's hurry there.
Are we gonna go straight to there? No.
The building we're heading to is accessed through Ginma District. Let's hurry there.
Oh, I thought she was leading the way. Gima District would be this way. Doo-doo-doo. Just walking through the rain, like always. You got to used to that in this town. This is a nice city, that guy said. Well, that's not a popular opinion. Or maybe it is. Hey, there's actually workers in the construction site.
Hey.
Sounds like someone punched a peacekeeper at the clock tower. Damn, what an idiot. Right. Why do you look so guilty, Master? Because I was that puncher. Oh wait, no. Halara was, technically. Nothing to see here. Move along. My house is so big, I just can't keep it clean. Should I hire another housekeeper? Look at Mr. Moneybags. I wonder if I should haunt him. Huh? You can haunt people other than me?
I'll kill you!
You're such an idiot, Master. You're not gonna stop me like I would go haunt someone else. I just can't seem to get rid of her. Oh, someone with a quest. That person. What's wrong, Master? Doesn't she seem a bit uneasy, like she might fall over at any moment?
Come on.
You really can't help yourself when it comes to the ladies, can you? It isn't like that. Let's talk to her. Excuse me, is something wrong? You seem upset. Huh? Who are you?
I'm...
Kind of a detective. In training? A detective, I see.
Well?
So, is something wrong? Well, actually, I've run away from home. And I'm at a loss about what to do next.
Let's solve this thing.
This smells like a case. Let's hear her out, Master.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right. I should avoid getting involved, but I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I just left it alone. Could you give me some more details? Well, I'm the daughter of a merchant who does business throughout Kanai Ward. Due to family circumstances, it was decided that I would have an arranged marriage. Thinking of what's best for my family, I should accept the proposal. But my suitor is an awful person.
No.
I heard it with my own ears. He said I was only using my father. Huh? Then why not talk to your father about it? There's nothing I can do without proof, besides my father is very keen on him. When I told my father I didn't want to get married, he yelled at me and said I shouldn't cause trouble.
See.
So that's why you ran away from home.
Aw.
Ugh, how lame. Let's get out of here. We can't do that. Having to marry an evil man sounds terrible.
Right.
Leaving home has given me some time to think. I want to try talking to my father. But if I went back now, I don't think we could have a civil conversation. I'm terribly sorry to ask, but could you take this letter to my father for me? I'll reward you for your trouble.
Say,
Does this chick think detectives are errand boys? Why, my own director does. We can't just leave her like this. That's my master, simping over every woman he meets and making their wishes come true. It's not like that.
Right.
Okay, I'll help you, simp.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. My father should be in front of Kanai Station around now. It'd be a good idea to ask what he looks like, right? The station is a busy place after all.
That's true.
That's true. What exactly does your father look like?
Well,
He should be wearing a suit. Navy blue from head to toe. It's his favorite.
I see.
I see, thank you. Paired with the devil. Okay, navy suit head to toe. Got it.
aw,
All the mansions look so ritzy. Master, I bet you'll never have the chance to set foot inside those kind of places.
No.
Yeah, I know. Please don't remind me. What are you talking about? I'm about to set foot in one right now to investigate a murder. This is Montclair Street. As you can see, it's a high-class residential neighborhood. You appear to be quite poor. You kind of belong here.
Sorry.
Sorry.
on.
What a dick! I hope the serial killer goes after him next. He doesn't deserve to die. Maybe just have his toe stubbed. Seems like something's happening. My coworker just took off to investigate. You're not going? Even if I did, there's no point. Best to just leave everything to Amaterasu Corp.
Hey,
Master, I'd never forgive you if you became this boring. Okay. I'm so cold, and I can never get warm.
There's a large mansion beyond the gate over there. I wonder if that's the second crime scene.
That's probably it. Let's go inside.
It's closed, as expected.
She busted the gate down? Yeah.
Are you sure?
No respect for other people's property.
Wait!
But we're in. And we're trespassing.
Huh?
These weeds are getting out of control. Doesn't look like anybody's been taking care of this place.
well,
Nobody left to take care of that stuff since the incident. Sad, but very true.
It looks like a haunted mansion.
I hope there aren't any ghosts around. I have a feeling they'll appear this time.
I've been meaning to ask, but aren't you kind of a ghost yourself?
The incident occurred about 3 months ago. The victim was Ali Hohen, the owner of this mansion. He had no family and lived alone. The mansion is now empty and dilapidated. The crime scene is in the study near the back. Let's go. The Nailman killings had another common factor, besides the locked room. The first person to find the body was always the same person.
That worshiper from church? Do you suspect him too?
What he said did make sense. He's been obsessed with the Nailman and had access to the names of potential victims. It's not too surprising for him to be the first on the scene each time.
I guess I shouldn't assume things going into this.
That's right. It's down this hallway. The crime scene is in the room on the right side. There's little time. Let's head straight there.
Ha! They think you're partners now just because you held hands with my master? I'll have you know, Master and I are connected on a much deeper level.
Don't make it sound so suggestive.
I don't know, Yuma. She has crushed your... has... not crushed, but cut your throat.
We know.
The doorknob is in rough shape. I guess it's because nobody's looking after the place anymore. Isn't it because Halara smashed it? I guess we can't rule that out. Did she smash it? We didn't see. A sofa in a lobby. Who is it intended for? It's probably just a status symbol, right? I don't know, maybe you had appointments here. Oh, look, there's cobwebs around.
Say,
The owner's not around anymore, and there are a bunch of just hanging around here. Let's snatch one and sell it. I'm a detective, not a thief.
feels like a jump scare is coming up.
Oh, is that her supposed to be scaring us? It didn't work because I stopped in the middle of the hallway.
So this is the study where the crime took place.
Forgot to put auto
It's
on.
open. I wonder if the lock was broken at the time of discovery here too. There's nothing left here either. It's all cleaned up.
I don't want to do it, but I suppose I can share my postcognition again here.
Don't lie, you're liking it.
Don't make a big deal out of it. Just make it quick.
You're just a tsundere, aren't you? Investigation! Look, I can see Shinigami's affection. Sometimes. There she is, yeah. Let's see what we got here. Lamp, switch. Quite a lot of stuff here.
That's true.
There are fish in the tank. Doesn't seem like they've been cared for since the owner was killed. They're looking pretty bad. Inside the tank, some kind of secret passage.
Yeah.
Would be interesting. Doesn't appear to be related to the case. A secret passageway in the tank? That's not at all of interest.
That's right.
There's a projector installed in the center of the bookcase. I'd like to take a look, but I can't reach it.
That's right.
Halara, could you please take a look around the projector?
Very well.
Sure, give me a moment. The projector is pretty dusty. Doesn't seem to have been used since before the incident. So it's probably got nothing to do with the case. Okay, rules that out.
Yeah.
It's a lamp. The light's on right now.
Say,
Make sure you use proper lighting in addition to these. Make sure to use proper lighting in addition to these kinds of lighting, as ice strain may occur. Who are you talking to, Shinigami? Well, too bad, Ghost. I'm playing in the dark. Well, it's okay. That turned that on. All right. Now let's see what it looks like in Postcognition.
The crime scene of the murder is vividly brought to life before us. It all happens in silence, as though awakening from an eternal slumber. But the corpse will never wake up again. Even if the corpse did awaken, the nails pinning him down would prevent him from rising. The door is the only entrance and exit to the room. There are no windows and the vent is small. I don't see any escape routes from the locked room. Maybe the doll nailed to the wall holds the answer to this bizarre mystery.
They do seem to be at every single crime scene. That's why it's a calling card. There's a huge tank here, but there aren't any fish inside. Living things can't be seen through postcognition. It doesn't have that ability. Interesting. That feels like it might be important. The projector is installed in the center of the bookcase. It wasn't on when the corpse was found. You'll never reach it, Master. I'll check it for you. Well, did you find anything unusual? Nope. Everything is extremely usual and unrelated to the case. Okay.
Oh,
The lamp's light is pointed at the table. It probably wasn't turned on at the time. I don't see anything suspicious. Doesn't seem like the lamp is related to the case. There's a switch with a projector on the desk. Looks like it was set to off when the corpse was found. Okay. Guess that's all. What was that? Let's go back there. Why are these particular books different colors and everything else and glitching out? Can't seem to do anything, but maybe if I move to that part of the room.
Let's check every nook and cranny.
Yeah, no, nothing. Alright, check around the entrance then.
this is...
The door to the study. Left it open just in case. It's always good to be wary of sudden attacks. Never let your guard down. Right, got it.
Well,
It's because of the teaching of yours truly. You're welcome, Master. She never misses an opportunity to give herself credit.
There is a vent, but it's too small for a person to fit through. And it's also screwed shut from the inside. It seems impossible to remove.
what's this now? Master, I discovered something. There are marks in the gap between the fence, like something scraped against it.
You're pointing the wrong direction.
Really?
But given your height, you couldn't see it even if you stood on a chair.
Halara, can you use that chair to peek into the vent?
I will do so for 10,000 Xian.
You're charging me for it?
Just add it to the bill.
Just.
Oh, great. Now I still only owe you 5.5 million. The marks. Oh, she's speaking.
Left by strings rubbing against it. Did someone hitch a string to it or something? It shouldn't even be visible from your perspective. I'm surprised you noticed.
Oh, it was just a hunch.
See? I told you I'm useful. I do way more than just float around.
The jury's still
Give me
out.
10,000 Xian as a reward.
I'm getting a headache.
Vent of the study. Okay. It's like there was some string tied around the different blades, I guess they call it the vent. Yeah. Each one of the vents. Okay. Well, let's check things post-cog.
The door here can only be locked with a key. However, there is only the master key. No spares exist. The scenario resembles the locked room mystery in the casino. We can disregard the possibility of a duplicate key. The master key was found in this room at the time of discovery.
This is also similar to the locked room mystery in the secret club.
But there is one difference. The key was found underneath the corpse.
Under the corpse? But we can't move the corpse in the past, so we can't confirm if that's true.
Postcognition isn't all-powerful, but it's a fact that the key was found under the corpse. I have a crime scene photo, taken back then, in my jacket pocket. No detail has slipped past my efforts.
Right.
Let's just dig around here. Oh, yep. Don't mind me. What?
What's this?
Kitty!
Wait, not that one. I meant the other photo. This one's unrelated to the case.
No, she's just a softie.
Oh, this is it. You're right. The key's near the middle of his back. But can this photo be trusted? Could it be something the Peacekeepers fabricated?
The Peacekeepers acknowledged the incident occurred in a locked room. Besides, there's no need for fabrication. After all, it would be more convenient for them to have fewer mysteries to deal with.
That's true. Sorry for being doubtful.
No, that's expected of a detective. You're starting to figure out how to do your job.
Was that a compliment?
Is that really all it takes to please you?
Also, I drew a sketch of the room's state on the back of that photo. Remember it well.
Yeah, okay. But why a sketch? How can it help solve the mystery?
What do the triangles represent? The dolls?
What was with that cat photo anyway? That's surprisingly cute.
Door key to study. Floor plan of study. Okay, anything else around here? Doesn't look like it. All these books are lined up so neatly. They're covered in dust. Nobody's touched them for a long time. Meaning they won't help us with the case. Okay, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Even in the past, several books lined the shelf. Oh, that's what it is. It represents books that were there in the past, but maybe not there now. I checked, but it doesn't seem like anything's different between then and now. Well, never mind. In that case, it's probably not related to the case.
There's only one doll nailed to the wall. Comparatively, there was a nearly obnoxious number of dolls nailed to the walls in the other crime scenes. Maybe there was no room to nail them to the walls because of all the bookshelves in the way? Wait, this doll has both eyes gouged out. Did the culprit do this on purpose? This keeps getting more and more disturbing.
But it's kinda creepy cute. I wanna put one next to the top of a staircase so people can run into it at night.
Do not do that.
Why would you want to do that?
You know, this doll seems made of cheaper materials compared to the other ones.
Hey, you're right. Like it's made of resin instead of porcelain. The texture looks cheap, but also more durable.
Too bad it doesn't have eyeballs.
The eye holes are connected to each other in the head cavity. It's like that darkness is staring into me.
Stare into the
There's a mark on
abyss.
the edge of the eye holes near the nose. Looks like a string rubbed against it. How did this mark get here?
Doll with eyes gouged out. Maybe someone pulled the eyes out with string?
Oh!
Landscape paintings and extravagant frames are on display. All these paintings look incredibly expensive.
However,
They're counterfeits. Not a single one is genuine. Doesn't look like there's anything relevant to the case here. Let's investigate elsewhere. Well, so much for stealing one and selling it for big.
Oh!
Two extraordinarily thick books are stacked on the desk. These books are in great condition. Aside from some dust, they look completely untouched.
it's me.
He probably wanted some to seem knowledgeable. They haven't been moved for a while. They're probably not related to the case. It's a carefully organized bookshelf. Looks like all the novels belong to the same series, the Goin saga.
Yeah.
Or Go-In, maybe. I believe this series is more than 150 volumes. Unfortunately, the author has passed away. It's a shame the story never saw an ending. I feel like that's a reference to maybe like a manga series or something.
What does that mean?
Oh, excuse me. There's an expensive looking landscape painting, but it's tilted. I wonder why. Could this be related to the locked room?
It appears.
Doubtful. Judging by the marks on the wall, I'd say this painting was hung at an angle. The peacekeepers must have altered it by mistake during the investigation. How confusing.
Oh,
Several dolls have been nailed to the floor. After the clock tower and the secret club, this makes 3. Doesn't make it any less creepy, though.
It's me.
Now's not the time to show fear. Investigate thoroughly and find the clues to solve this case. Right.
I see.
The dolls have nothing in common, and I don't see any unusual markings either.
Appears.
Nothing to do with the case, then. Two extraordinarily thick books are placed on the desk. Doesn't look like the books were stacked when the body was found. The peacekeepers must have stacked them. Good grief, what a bunch of amateurs. The placement seems to be the only thing that's changed. I don't think this will help with the case. A series of books is arranged neatly on the shelf. There's no indication the books have been moved. I don't think they're related to the case. I agree. Let's look at somewhere else. Oh, that's Corpse's original location.
Halara's hands are smaller and softer than I thought. Considering Halara's strength, I thought they would be bulkier.
Master, is holding hands all it takes to get you hot and heavy? You're making me sad.
No. Though I am curious, is Halara a man or a woman?
What's wrong? Is something bothering you?
Not at all. I guess it'd be pretty rude to ask now.
I don't think so. Just ask, are you a man or a woman? Guy, gal. I don't know why the game keeps bringing this up. Is this going to be relevant in the case? Or the story? Who knows?
That's true.
This is where the first witness found the body. The bloodstains are still here. Considering the amount of blood, the victim was probably killed here, right?
It appears.
It seems very likely.
The victim was a well-built man, approximately 30 years old. The corpse here is also covered in nails. His appendages and chest are all nailed to the floor.
The owner of this mansion made his fortune in real estate from an early age. But along with aggressive land sharking and other illicit transactions, he made shady deals with Amaterasu Corp. There are several reasons he behaved. A doll with his name on it was bound to be nailed in the church forest.
I wonder how the person who cursed him feels, now that he's actually dead.
Perhaps they feel no responsibility. They just hopped on the urban legend bandwagon.
Is that really the case? Wait, this is odd.
Did you find something?
Look closely. The length of the nails driven into the corpse are all slightly different.
The length isn't the problem here. It's how hard they were hammered in.
What do you mean?
The nails driven into the lower torso went through the body and into the floor. But the nails in the upper torso did not penetrate all the way through the body.
But why would the culprit not hammer the nails in as hard on the upper body?
That's not the only unnatural thing. Take a look at the blood. The nail wounds on the lower torso appear to be bleeding sideways. but the upper torso wounds are bleeding vertically down toward his waist.
The blood flows differently between the upper and lower body?
Maybe the upper and lower torsos are different people, and they were smushed together after death.
I don't think so.
That's disturbing.
I think the nails in the upper body were put in when he was still alive and standing. No. And maybe the low ones in the lower torso, his legs, were driven in after he was on the floor.
The cause of death here appears to be strangulation as well. And like the others, there are rope marks around the neck and traces of a struggle. Oh, but on a closer look, there's a mark left by a thin string on the back of his neck.
It couldn't have been the rope that was used to strangle him. The thickness is completely different.
There are two different types of string marks on the body. Was he strangled twice? But even then, it'd be odd to only have marks behind his neck. And why do the strings have different thicknesses?
Anyway, it's an important piece of evidence.
You got me. I don't know what that's all about. Yeah, why would it not be going around his whole neck? There was a string. And it must have been pressed hard enough to leave a mark like that.
Looks like there's nothing left to check.
Yay! That's an A-OK for the investigation here. Alright. Can we leave the room? No.
Now we've gathered enough evidence. Though it appears complicated at first glance, the answer is simple.
Huh? Halara, did you already solve the locked room mystery?
What? You haven't?
There's no way to solve it with what we have. How was the room locked?
It's unfit for one detective to ask another that question. For the sake of your own pride, you must figure it out. Unless you'd like to hire me to do it for you. It won't come cheap.
I'll figure it out myself.
It's really all about the money with Halara.
The longer I'm with Halara, the deeper into debt I'll get. It's starting to scare me.
Now, let us be swift. Next up is our last crime scene.
Wait!
Hmm.
Huh?
What? Yeah, that was...
Say,
Master, that's just our accusations, probably. Okay, yeah. Let's forget that ever happened.
The next one is the art gallery in Gima district. We're running low on time, so we must hurry.
Right. The chief's in danger after all.
I don't know. I'm guessing... I don't know. Maybe the murderer used the string to lock or close the doors. Or, you know, open and close the doors. To get in and... You know, to close them when they're leaving. But, as far as the meanings of the dolls and that one doll with the missing eyes and the bitten nails, and like who the possible suspect could be, I don't know. See, because like the guy, the super fan seems too obvious, you know? He's really, really into the nail man, and he's following him. He's been the first one to be on the scene every single time. The art gallery's been closed ever since the incident. What kind of incident was it? I don't really know myself. I wonder why it's still closed. It was murder. Murder most foul.
So this is the art gallery. It's closed closed due to special circumstances.
The murder occurred only about a month ago. But I'm certain the crime scene has been cleaned up like the others. Not that it matters to me.
But wait! It's not a good idea to break into the art gallery!
Did you say something?
That's our Hellora.
The crime scene is deep inside the art gallery. It's one of many storage rooms. Come, I won't allow time to be wasted.
Wait, please!
Okay. Guess there's nobody working here. Seems like this door's locked. There are priceless works of art all over the place. Of course the door is going to be locked. I guess that's true.
What is it?
Where do you think you're going? The crime scene is this way.
Sorry.
Right, sorry.
Is this the storage room where the crime scene took place? It's locked.
We're going in.
We're like a couple of thugs or something.
There's a thing called a doorknob. Or a handle in this case.
Was the first on the scene the person from the church again?
As expected, it's the same worshipper. And he
That
did say
guy.
he was following the victim after finding a doll with the same name. He saw the victim enter the building late at night. He then searched the premises with the art gallery staff. When they opened the storage room, they discovered the body of the victim inside it. The door was locked at the time of discovery, and the key was found inside.
Ooh, another locked room mystery. That's more total. But I'm starting to get bored. It's not so special anymore.
What do you mean special? People have died.
I don't think she
Start
cares.
investigating.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, I had to switch position here. Oop. Okay.
Maybe.
What could that be?
There are two keys that open this door. Only one of them was inside the room at the time of discovery. The other one was owned by a member of the art gallery staff. That staff member always carried the extra key and used it to enter this room when the corpse was discovered.
Where was the key found inside usually kept?
It's supposed to be kept in the administrative office, but it's unknown if it was always there. Maybe it was lost and the culprit found it. Or perhaps the culprit secretly stole it. Either way, the culprit managed to obtain the key somehow.
One key was in the storage room. The other key was always carried by a staff member. If the culprit is that staff member, then this wouldn't be a locked room mystery, right?
Why go through the trouble of making it look like a locked room murder if you'd immediately become the first suspect?
I guess you wouldn't.
Countered!
I mean, it's that unreasonable that you'd suspect the only person that would have the key on them at all times, but yeah, Laura's also right. You wouldn't bother going through the pains of making a locked room. Spilled paint has stained the floor. If we can find out when the spill occurred, we'll know if it's related to our investigation. Postcognition, go!
Postcognition reveals the crime scene in slightly faded colors. The room looked vaguely hazy in my eyes, even with the rows of vivid paintings within the art gallery. The smell of paint oil that permeated the room wasn't that of the past, but the present. If even the smells from the past could be recreated, the stench of the corpse would be much more overwhelming.
I guess, do we already inspected the door? There are 2 keys that open this door. Only one of them was inside the room at the time of discovery. The other was owned by a member of the art gallery staff. So if you worked at the art gallery, you'd have been able to enter the crime scene. There's the bucket.
I've been wondering, did the culprit knock this paint can over? If so, it could have been used for some sort of trick.
It's unwise to make up your mind before conducting a proper investigation. It may have been like this before the murder, or it could have tipped over when the discovery was first made.
Alright.
You got carried away in the hopes of getting complimented. Aren't you an eager little puppy?
Be quiet.
Yuma, is that why you did it? The canvas placed here is completely blank. I wonder why it's blank. And why is it so messily placed with these wooden frames?
Well,
Doesn't look like an exhibition piece. Maybe it was used for some other event. I see. Nothing seems out of place. I don't think this will help with the case.
This is...
A painting of a man screaming with his hands clutching his face. There's something unnerving about this painting. I almost feel as if it's going to swallow me whole.
that's...
Paintings don't have that kind of power. More importantly, did you find anything? No, nothing suspicious. It doesn't look like it's related to the case. Oh, forgot the precognition.
Yeah.
Blank canvas and a wooden frame have been placed on a trolley. Nothing seems to have changed between then and now. At least that's how it looks to me. It appears unchanged to me as well. I mean, there's probably no evidence to be found here. Hey, the painting was moved. Why can't I investigate it? I mean, I guess moving it has no, could be totally, probably unrelated to the case.
Oh,
A sculpture with a sheet placed over it to keep dust off.
appears.
Doesn't look like it's been moved for a long time. Yeah, you can tell from the dust that's gathered on the sheet too. In other words, it's completely irrelevant. There are baskets on top of the shelf. I'm not tall enough to see inside them though. I'll take a look for you. This is... What is it? We accomplished nothing. So you found nothing. Great.
oh,
It's a sculpture with a sheet over it. Position was the same before and after using postcognition. The overall shape of the sheet is also unchanged. We can assume nobody's moved it. This sculpture isn't related to the case.
oh.
There are baskets on top of the shelf. There's nothing but dust inside. I guess it has been used for a while. Basically, it's unrelated to the case.
There's a nail stuck in a painting. The killer must have hammered a nail into the portrait instead of a doll. Why is there such a fixation on dolls? The crime scenes so far have all been abnormal, but this one's just sick and twisted.
Nail in painting. Now that he mentions it, are there any dolls in this... Oop, wrong button. Are there any dolls in this room? I guess we wouldn't see them. At the present.
The only way in or out of here besides the door is this window.
The window jets out and is used as a vent. It doesn't appear big enough for someone to move through.
Currently, it opens outwards slightly, but there are no other suspicious traces on it. It seems impossible to enter or exit through here.
Hard to imagine how that window could be used in the murder. The window juts out and uses a vent. Doesn't seem big enough for someone to move through.
This is...
Nails are driven into this painting of a young man. Oh, I know this. He's one of those edgelords protagonists everyone loves for no reason. That's not really the impression I get. Oh, there's a doll.
Lies on the floor, and a doll is nailed against the canvas. One nail goes through the head, another nail is in the chest. But the nail in the chest also passed through the circular hole on the key's handle. Did the culprit leave the storage room after nailing the doll and key to the painting? If that's the case, how did they lock the room? The key was nailed to the picture, so it couldn't have been used.
Well, that's what makes it a locked room mystery. I'm sure they figured out some trick.
And I need to find out what that trick is.
Nailed doll. Dang. I haven't figured out how he did it in the other rooms. Just keeps getting wackier and wackier.
This is...
It's a large scenic painting with a doll nailed to it. I wonder how this ended up on the floor. Is there a reason?
That's
If it's related to the incident, there's probably a reason. Let's assume that much. Like they wanted the doll lying on the portrait of that field in front of a farmhouse and some trees. Okay.
Yo, check, check.
The cardboard boxes are stacked up. Judging from the labels, the boxes were brought in after the incident.
appears.
Looks like there's artwork inside. They must be storing the items no longer on exhibit. I don't think these are related to the investigation. What the hell is that painting? Oh, it's gone.
This is...
It's a portrait painting with nails driven into it. This picture really conveys its time period. Maybe the person depicted is an important figure from years ago.
What?
Huh? There's nothing dignified about this guy. He just looks like a regular old geezer. How uncultured of you.
You know,
The cardboard boxes are stacked up. Judging from labels, there are artworks inside.
yeah.
There's a layer of dust on the boxes. It doesn't look like the culprit touched them, meaning they've got nothing to do with the case. Okay, I guess the only place left to investigate is where the body was. Seems like this is where the body was at the time of the incident. There's no trace of it anymore, though.
Beats me.
Looks like the area's been cleaned up, probably by the peacekeepers or the art gallery staff. I don't think investigating here will turn up any useful information. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Another woman. 2 men, 2 women.
The corpse of a young woman. She has nails all over her body, as expected.
The victim's name is Issa Moet. She used her good looks to have relations with many men. The amount of suspects who could have written her name on the doll is nearly too high to count.
The victim has those same marks that suggest being strangled to death. Huh? But there aren't any scratches that would have been left from a struggle. And...
You noticed as well.
yeah, there's a wound on the back of her head. It looks pretty deep.
Ah, she must have been killed from that wound.
The real cause of death.
Woman's corpse. Yes, blunt force trauma to the back of the head is probably what the cause of death was. Guess that's all to look at here.
That should be enough.
I finished investigating here. I feel like the full picture is slowly starting to come together. End investigation.
That should do it for the room. Next is the window. It would be best to check outside of it. Go ahead. I'll stay here.
Outside the window? Alright.
Means you have to go out, go all the way around the back of the building.
It's fine to inspect the window, but our buddy here really insists you do everything yourself, huh?
Yeah, she's made it clear she's not gonna
And my
help the
master
whole
does
lot.
everything he's told, like a good little underling detective.
Halara is right. This is something I took on myself. I can't just rely on everyone else after putting on a tough front for that kid. That's why I have to do it.
Or maybe Halara's just taking advantage of you. It's obvious money is that one's only motivation.
Even so, I think it's the right thing to do as a professional detective.
Master, being overly nice for no reason is stupid. It's why you're so deep in debt.
I know, but
What are you mumbling about? Did you check the window?
oh, right. I'll do it right away.
Damn shitty,
The
Kevin.
window? Could that have anything to do with the locked room?
That's what we're checking.
I wonder what Halara discovered.
You know, I think Halara is just having fun pushing you around.
I hope that's not the case.
You know what? She probably is.
Rest.
Some cardboard boxes are stacked up. Looks like they're all sealed.
Actually,
They've been left in the rain, so I bet it's whatever's inside is ruined. Oh, skipped her sitting animation.
Maybe.
Someone could have probably scaled this fence with some effort. Maybe the culprit escaped this way.
anyway,
Maybe, but the real priority is solving that locked room mystery, right? Anyway, it's not like there are any clues left behind here.
Yeah.
You're right. Let's focus on figuring out that locked room.
Here's the window.
Well, see anything strange?
No, nothing strange about it.
I see. Try entering through the window.
What? Between the gap? That's impossible.
Just try it.
Okay.
She wants you to get your head stuck like an idiot.
I can't. I can't even put my arm through this gap. I can stick a finger in, but that's it.
I thought so. Good job. You can return now.
Huh? Are you sure? Did you figure something out?
Did you not?
No, not at all. What's that about?
Window gap opens out where the gap is only about 5 centimeters wide. Who are you? Are you looking through my tiny window? Shinigami, you're not gonna warn Yuma?
Hey, what are you doing here?
Huh? I'm not doing anything shady.
I'll call the peacekeepers.
Wait! I'm...
Trick the art gallery staff member. Do I tell the truth or tell him I'm a peacekeeper? I'm going to tell the truth because I feel like that's what Yuma would do.
I'm a detective.
Well, I'm still a trainee, technically.
Uh-oh. You sure it's a good idea to reveal yourself like that?
I'm investigating as a detective. I've done nothing to be ashamed of.
What? A detective? What's that?
You don't know what a detective is?
I guess detectives aren't that big in Conai Ward. Must be because our fuzzhead chief is lazy.
Well...
We are special investigators for Amaterasu Corporation. We are currently investigating a case. Civilians must not interfere.
Nice save.
Right. I'm sorry.
Hey, Alara, are you sure it's okay to lie like that?
I've told you before that deception is necessary to finish an investigation quickly. By the way, aren't you an employee here? There's something I'd like to ask you.
Make it quick, there's only 3.5 minutes left.
Who discovered the body from that murder case a month ago?
Oh, that would be me.
Perfect. Describe the events for us.
I'm scared to even remember it, but if it's part of the investigation, then I have no choice.
I'll leave the rest up to you.
Sure.
Okay, well, I hate to do this, right? It feels like a bad place to cut it off, but like I said, it's getting close. Only got a few minutes left here to record, so I'm going to cut it off here right before, but afterwards, I'll talk to this guy, get his testimony, see if he can provide any more clues to maybe how the killer got into this locked room. And honestly, I need some little more time to think about this one. A lot of these, it's kind of the same way with Danganronpa, with some of the more complex mysteries, where not everything, let's just put it would be very difficult, or was very difficult to figure every little detail out, and including who the culprit is, just with the information you're given. A lot of that stuff is revealed during the gameplay portions. In this case, the Mystery Labyrinth. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff that pops up that illuminates the mystery behind the locked rooms and who the culprit could be. So, fun stuff. And that probably be coming up here shortly here, I'm sure, after we finish investigating this locked room. But that'll have to wait for next time. Till now, that's it for this one. Thanks for joining me as always, and hope to see you again for the next episode. Until then, y'all take care.